Hello. First off, welcome back to my channel. Sitting here in my wife's office. Shout out to Busy Boutique. And I got a quick message for you before you guys watch the video. First off, this transformation came out phenomenal. The guy, Wayne, hasn't had a haircut in 15 years. And I've never met him. He found me on social media, I think YouTube. And he liked my work and he let me cut his hair. And I was really blown away that the way it started to the way it ended, I believe, was phenomenal. So I do have a request for you. I would love if you guys could, after you watch the video, share it on social media. Because if you can share it on Facebook, Instagram, wherever, just share it. And I would appreciate it. That's all I ask, because I think this is the one. This is a big video. I believe a haircut can go a long way, especially in someone's life. You never know what they're going through, what stage they're in their life. So when you guys let me know that you reciprocate the energy that I give in these cuts, it makes me feel well. So, but I made this clip just so you guys to ask you. Share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram. Like, I think this is the one that deserves it. So, but other than that, you guys get to the video, watch it, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, Game Changer. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right. Appreciate you being in the process. What's your name, bro?
Huh?
What's your name?
Wayne.
It's Wayne, bro. So Wayne hit me up. I think it was like you had tried to get a cut the week before last too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Wayne hit me up. And luckily, he put in the comments, you was cutting them off. So yeah, hit me up. Long story short, he wanted to cut his locks off. Can't even see myself. And I was like, just send me a picture, man. So depending on how long they were, we'd probably do a video on them or something. And yeah, bro sent me a picture. As y'all can see, that was long. These are the longest ones and the thickest ones for sure. So. You wanna tell them how long you been cutting them, bro, and why you cutting them off?
About 14, 15 years, and really, it's just about that time,
yeah.
Man, you know.
Different part of your life.
Yeah, different chapters.
Man, there's a lot of maintenance on these, bro. Cause yours are very, you can tell they neat, you know what I'm saying?
Not really, bro.
No?
You know, I just oil them up every now and then.
You twist it a lot?
About like every couple months, but now I wouldn't say too much.
Alright, you wanna tell them what kind of chop you get, bro?
Gonna get the drop fade,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
About to get the waves?
Yeah, man.
I asked what kind of cut he was getting, and he was like, drop fade, but he was like, I didn't been out of it so long, I ain't never really know the terminology, so we gonna get right, man. So other than that, let's get to it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back. It's the Game Changer here, and man, I'm so proud of myself on this one. This is a great experience. Shout out to my boy Wayne for trusting me with this process. Like I said in the intro, this is probably gonna be one of the greatest tutorials or transformations in the history of YouTube. And let's get to it. So my man has had locks for 15 years, as he stated. And it was just time for something new in his life. And I'm honored. I never cut his hair before. I didn't even know him. I'm honored that he chose me. Like, for me, whenever people come in with these locks and they've grown and put their emotions and love into for so many years, and they trust me, a stranger, with this process, you know, it's always an honor. So 15 years, man, from his youth to his adulthood, I'm appreciative. So with that being said, I'm about to try to make this the best tutorial I've ever done. And let's get to it. So, like I said, he's had locks for 15 years. So, the idea is for him to have waves when he leaves his barbershop. Obviously, we know after 15 years he doesn't have He doesn't have any waves. Recant that statement, not delete it. He technically does have waves because we do know that what a wave is a compressed curl. So he has naturally curly hair. He has a tighter curl pattern. It's thicker, a dense texture, but it's a soft texture as well. It has a nice bit of elasticity, which means it's not too porous. So a wave is compressed curl. So what I'm going to do is, after I cut all these locks out, as you can see, I'm cutting at the root of the lock, not the root of the hair. The difference: root of the lock is where the lock set last in the hair. Tongue twister. So I want to leave a mini fro. That gives me hair to actually cut into wave. He's getting a drop fade, 1.5 wavelength, but my initial cut will be a 3. The reason why I'm doing a 3 is because I want to wash and style his hair, which ties back into the waves. First, I'm going to pick his hair out. Usually I suggest to use water, which is a universal solvent. It activates the hair and softens the hair. His hair was more, I think I did put a little water in there, just not on video. And as you can see, I'm pulling the area underneath where I'm cutting, so that way I give myself a start point. Now, the reason why I'm going to wash his hair is because I want to lay those curls down. I'm going to wash and brush with my shampoo. As you can see, I'll demonstrate. But yeah, right now, as you can see those curls. Like that's a great curl pattern. He has a great starting point for waves. You can tell he maintains his hair very well. He uses good product. I don't know what he uses, but he definitely maintains his hair. So after I get it cut down to a 3, take it to the shampoo bowl, and we're gonna get to it. I'm super excited about this one, y'all. Man, make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'll be back soon. As I wash, I am cleaning, but the main focus point on washing is to activate the curls and lay those curls down to waves. Now, as you can see, I'm applying the shampoo in any direction, but as I massage the shampoo in, I'm going the direction that he brushes his hair. Now I'm going to start with the round brushing end of the brush to actually thicken those waves, to actually give them an S pattern. Then I'm going to go with the softer part of the brush, as I flip it over, you'll see, to actually group those waves together. Waves are grouped compressed curls. All right, so watch the waves for me. I know you can kind of see them now, but as I rinse it out, look at that. Boom, it's a simple process. Maintain the curls, the waves will come. All right, so after I do this, I'll dry his hair out. I'm about to start cutting, you guys. Now it's time to start cutting, but before I do, I want to dry his hair out, but not completely, because when you dry the hair, it frizzes if you don't have product or compressor, which is a do-rag or something. So since I don't have time for that, I want to brush the hair. You're going to see me brushing the hair quite a bit during the video to manipulate the hair. Look at those waves lay down. Look at that, those curls lay down. But I want to dry it out enough to where it doesn't get caught in the clippers. So his hair is still a little damp, but not damp enough to affect the cut. Now he's getting a drop fade. Drop fade is basically a ball fade, where the back end of the fade is lower than the front end. The front end will kind of meet at the temple. The back end of the fade, as you can see right there, is below the occipital bone. It gives a round area right there around the ear. As you can see, I'm using my index finger to pull that ear down, so that way I can continue to wash my guideline, combing the excess hair off. And as you can see, nice smooth strokes. A lot of the stroke action is actually in the wrist. If you don't have a stiff wrist, the more your wrist can be loosened up, or the more you can have a loose wrist, the easier it is to transition that fade and make it blend really, really smooth, okay? Now stretch the skin a lot as well. The reason I stretch the skin because it gives me, for one, when I'm fading, it gives me a bigger workspace. And for two, when I'm balding, I'm opening those pores up so I can actually get lower on the skin. Like basically, I can cut more of the hair off. I won't get the hair bald, but I get it very, very close, okay? Now, I like to do a hard line. What is a hard line? See, this is a soft line. See, I'm not really indenting it in. I'm just following it around. But a hard line is when I flip and reverse my clippers around like that right there, and I actually press that line in. For me, that gives me a nice uniform workspace. And if you watch any of my other YouTube videos, you'll know that I love a nice, neat workspace, okay? So after I get this line in, this is my primary line. This is what you call a primary line. Secondary line, we'll talk about it when we get there. See you soon. The secondary line is a very important line because it's the line that brings the whole fade together. The primary line is just as important, which is that first line, because if you don't blend that primary line right, no matter how good the secondary line is, that fade just won't look uniform. Very important. A lot of people just think you can just bar that first line out, like just fade it all the way out. But it has to have a smooth transition. Even though it's a light transition, it has to be smooth. So right now I'm putting my secondary line in, and I'm about to show you after I get that line in, I'm about to start fading this primary line, and I'll show you what I mean when I say fade, okay? So a lot of people, when it's time to fade this line right here, they just literally almost bald it out. They don't make it completely bald, but they think if they can't see it, it's good. But as you can see, I'm working the fade in. I'm not just going all the way up to my secondary line. Work the fade in, work the transition in. Every aspect of the haircut has a point, has a job. When the eye looks at it, it's an optical illusion, okay? You want to give a nice symmetric fade. If your fade has good symmetry all the way around, if you follow your lines and fade them evenly, it makes the haircut look better. So you might have two very well blended fades. If one is consistent to the primary and secondary line that you put in, that fade will automatically look better than the fade who was faded well, but was jagged in the approach of actually putting those lines in or fading those lines in. Very important, very, very important that you focus on uniformity and have nice symmetry as well, okay? So you guys watch, and I'll be back soon when it's time to take out that primary line or secondary line. Well, actually, I need to say this. So when you're fading that line, right, look at my grip on the clippers. It's not very tight. I'm not aggressive. If you fade light, you fade very smooth. These professional quality clippers has a very strong motor. It doesn't require too much aggression. I stretch the skin. I let the clippers do what they're meant to do, okay? So don't apply too much pressure. Take your time. Light stroke. Look at that. Watch the wrist movement. It's very smooth. That comes with repetition and practice, but you can definitely do it. But smooth. Use every corner of use the corner of the blade. See, I'm using the corner right there, the middle, the center blade, the other corner. Utilize that whole clipper, okay? All right. Okay, so now I'm actually going to cut them down to a 1, which is pretty much a 1.5. On my walls, magic clip. All right, now after I cut them down, it's going to be time to start that secondary line. So you guys watch. Very smooth. Watch for any inconsistencies in the hair. He has a thin spot right there on his edge up. I'm really spot checking, studying, using my comb to look at those waves coming in. Boom. I'm talking about after 14 years of locks. Man, we ain't playing. Ooh! See y'all soon. Okay, now it's time to turn up. All right, so if you watch any of my videos, you know I have a certain method when it comes to blending this specific section. It's called debulking. That's the key to everything, debulking. What debulking is basically you're breaking down thicker volumes of hair, thicker areas of hair, thinning it out so that you can fade it much easier. A lot of times I notice when I watch barbers in the barbershop, I see barbers on social media, a lot of the trouble comes from areas like this sometimes because the hair is so thick and they try to fade into it right away. and then they gap it, and the fade looks, a little off. What I'm doing is, you can see I'm taking a bigger guard. So I cut his hair down with the 1.5, a 1. I'm actually taking a 1.5 against the grain, which is a bigger guard, and thinning the hair. I'm not so much cutting it down, but I'm thinning. So that way, when it is time to fade, it's easier. I have a slogan: the lighter the area, the easier the fade. And that's exactly what happens when you debulk. Okay, so it's very important. Never skip this step because it's very vital. So I debulk with the 1.5, then I'll debulk again with the 1, and then I'll take the open masters, no guard, and adjust the lever to not do lever play. And I'm telling you, it brings a masterpiece together, okay? So just watch. As you can see, look at that. Now I have the 1. Slower strokes. All right, if you just watch, you can see I'm hitting key specific areas. I'm not just fading. When you fade, you have to know what you're aiming at. That will really help the fade transition beautifully and smooth, okay? All right, so I'll see you guys soon. So just watch. I think I'm going to use the 1.5, the 1/16. I'm going to use the 1, and then on my master, I'm going to use the 1/16 and the 1. All right. So I'll see you guys soon. Just watch the techniques and watch my repetition. Watch the wrist as well. Okay, so kind of at this point, you can kind of see everything come together and it's looking really good. Now I'm spot checking with my 1/16. I'm hitting certain areas that are a little thicker than others just to get that smooth transition. I like to use to put the initial fade in with the comb because the comb actually spreads the hair, which helps with fading. The brush clumps the hair, which helps with waving, but makes it harder to cut. Remember that, and it can help you out in the future, okay? So I'm just going to see spot checking little spots here and there. I'll do that until, I'm pretty satisfied. And then after the cut, I still go back sometimes because once that edge up is in, you can see spots that you didn't see at first, all right? So, yeah, and now I'm doing the same thing with my 1 guard, bigger guard. And you can see I'm about to hit the spot right here on his temple right about now. And yeah, so just not, I'm telling you, this is science, it's beauty, it's art. Just take your time with it. You can perfect the craft, become a master barber, or just, be comfortable at it at least. See you soon. Bro, look at that fade. Stop playing. That man had locks for 15 years. All right, so now back to it. Now, what I'm doing now is actually debulking the edge up because his hair has been standing up so long. Even though I washed it, laid it down, it still wants to revert and curl up. So I'm debulking, thinning it a little bit because he has a thin spot on his edge up, and I don't want it to be noticeable when I edge him up, hitting the small spot that I have seen. And now I'm thinning. I debulked the edge up. Now it's time to apply shave gel. I apply quite a bit. The reason why I apply so much is because it's weighted. The more you use, the heavier it is, which lays the hair down. I'm going to use a rag to open those hair cuticles up. Cuticle, which is the outer layer of the hair shaft, 3 layers. That's the outer layer. I want that gel to sink in, swell it up, and soften it as well. And then I'm going to reapply because I washed some of the gel off. And now it's time for that razor work. Okay, I'm going to stretch the skin. And now I'm debulking again with the comb and the razor. So many techniques you guys can use and utilize, okay? Keeping it natural, finding where that hair grows thickest, and consistently doing that straight across, okay? And I'm stretching the skin as well. You guys watch, and I will be back soon. The transformation is coming. The video is pretty much done. Please watch the end. It's very, very good, okay? So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I'm still going to show you guys how to clean the top. I'm about to do that right after I do this. But I'm also about to show you the before and after, and I'm about to show you his reaction because I showed him in the mirror. You guys watch, stick around. I hope you enjoy. Game Changer out. Finish the video. It's very good. New video coming soon. Subscribe and like, you guys.
Game changer for real.
I appreciate it, bro.